This gold ring looks as if it belongs to Earth, but Earth's geology did not make the gold inside it. Those atoms already existed when our planet began. They came from places so violent that scientists still debate which cosmic disaster did the work. A famous answer arrived in 2017. Then an old signal from a different dead star reopened the case. Each gold atom has a heavy nucleus packed with protons and neutrons. Building something that heavy is difficult. Normal stars can release energy by joining light atoms. But once that chain reaches iron, pushing much farther does not give the star the same easy reward. To reach many of the heaviest elements, nature needs another path. It is called the air process, short for rapid neutron capture. Imagine a nucleus caught in a storm of loose neutrons. It grabs them faster than it can settle down. Later, the unstable nucleus decays. During some decays, a neutron becomes a proton. That changes the element. With enough captures and decays, the chain can reach gold. So the question is, where can nature create a neutron storm strong enough, fast enough, and rich enough to do this? For years, the best-known answer was a collision between two neutron stars. These are crushed stellar cores. Put two in orbit, and they slowly lose energy through gravitational waves. At the end, they crash. In 2017, detectors felt those ripples from a distant merger. About 1.7 seconds later, a gamma-ray burst arrived. Telescopes found a new point of light that faded and changed color over days. This glow is called a kilonova. It gave scientists several kinds of evidence from one event: gravitational waves, gamma rays, and light across the spectrum. The kilonova changed as models expected from hot, neutron-rich debris full of newly made radioactive material. But telescopes did not photograph gold atoms. In the merger spectrum, the element directly identified was strontium. The amount of heavier material, including possible gold, came from models of the light, spectrum, debris, and expected element pattern. That is still powerful evidence. The merger showed us a real R process factory. It just did not hand us a label saying, "This exact glow is gold." Then scientists faced a timing problem. Some very old stars contain our process material from early in the Milky Way's life. Astronomers cannot point to one ancient star and name the explosion that seeded it. Stars preserve mixtures from the gas around them. But the chemistry still records when enrichment happened. In tiny early galaxies, one rare event can leave a strong pattern. So the timing of each source matters almost as much as its total output. Some neutron-star pairs can merge quickly. Others take much longer. Two massive stars must be born. Both must die without breaking the pair apart, and the dead stars must spiral together. That makes it hard for mergers alone to explain every early pattern. The case needed another factory that could switch on sooner. That brings us to magnetars. A magnetar is a neutron star with an extreme magnetic field. Its solid crust can store huge stress. In a rare giant flare, the crust may rupture and throw out a small amount of neutron-rich material. The exact shape and direction are uncertain. But if that material escapes and expands, it may cool through the same rapid neutron capture chain. One giant flare in 2004 left a strange clue. The first blast was impossible to miss. But several minutes later, spacecraft recorded a weaker high-energy glow. It rose around 10 to 13 minutes after the main flash, then faded over the next few hours. For 2 decades, that delayed signal had no single accepted explanation. In 2025, a team led by Patel compared the old data with a model of radioactive or processed debris from a magnetar flare. The timing matched. The total energy matched. The broad gamma-ray spectrum matched. Under their main model, The flare threw out roughly 1/1,000,000th of the sun's mass in our process material. That does not mean one flare made pure gold. The model predicts a mixture, and much of the delayed gamma-ray power comes from lighter, our process material. It means the old glow behaved like the fading heat from freshly made radioactive nuclei. Magnetar flares probably are not the main factory. Under the study's assumptions, they may contribute roughly 1 to 10% of the Milky Way's, our process material. That range is uncertain because flare rates, energies, and ejected crust are hard to know. So why do magnetars matter? Speed. A magnetar can form soon after one massive star dies. It does not wait for two dead stars to spiral together. Even a smaller source could help seed young galaxies early, while mergers do more of the total work over time. This is the biggest turn. The evidence was not found by watching a new explosion. It was hiding in data recorded 20 years earlier. Now the reality check. The 2004 data did not contain a clean fingerprint from gold or any single radioactive isotope. The detectors saw a broad glow, not sharp lines. Other high-energy particle explanations are not fully ruled out. A future flare could test the case. A planned NASA mission called CO-C is designed to study gamma rays from nuclear processes. With better measurements, it could search for sharper decay features. Those lines would be much closer to a smoking gun. Even after the atoms were made, they still had a long trip to Earth. Old stellar debris mixed through the Milky Way. About 4.6 billion years ago, gas and dust collapsed to form the sun and a disk of new worlds. Gold was already in that material. As young Earth melted and separated, metal-loving elements tended to sink with iron toward the core. Later impacts and core formation helped shape what remained in the mantle. Much later, hot water moving through rock dissolved tiny amounts of metal and left gold in cooler cracks. Rivers concentrated some of it again. Geology gathered gold into places we can mine. It did not create the atoms. So where did Earth's gold really come from? The honest answer is probably more than one cosmic source. Neutron-star mergers are major, likely dominant factories. Magnetar giant flares may be smaller, faster contributors. Their debris mixed into the cloud that built the solar system. Earth hid most of the metal deep inside, and geology concentrated a small part near the surface. A gold ring is not a map back to one explosion. It is a piece of a cosmic family tree we are still learning to read. If you want another journey to a world we have seen only once, watch our Neptune deep dive next, and subscribe to Blink Facts for more clear stories from space.